frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment is a bit temporary by definition. Structural is long term. It tends to be long because you can just imagine today you were doing a job where you were packing something, and now they have put a machine to do the job instead of a human being. You may have to go back to college and train for a new skill. You may have to go back to Tibeta or whatever to train for a new skill. So for you to be retrained for other things, it takes time. So that kind of unemployment tends to be long, affects people for a longer period. Because you need to retrain yourself, reorient yourself with the changing technologies, put in a way to carry relevance, and you should be somebody whose skills are being demanded. Okay, so let's add another one. Now that we have done that one, is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical. I don't think we call it cyclical. Cyclical. Okay. Whatever. Already you know how to spell it. This one occurs because of changes in economic activity over what we call business cycle. Okay? It changes due to changes in economic activity over the business cycle. I'm sure you know what a business cycle is. A business cycle is when you have good times, bad times, and like that. So, for example, when the economy is doing badly, during economic downtime, yeah, whatever, downtime, whatever. And you know these things, this idea that speaking English is a measure of somebody's education. Because in China, they design and invent things. They manufacture machines, but they have nothing to do with English. I'm a professor who take a degree in Chinese. My daughter was learning in China, and she was learning in Chinese until she finished her university. What about by China? Probably. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so why is it? Cool down. So, when we say the up and down of the economy, economic downtime, you have a shortage of demand for goods and services, for example. Okay? Now, when you have a shortage of goods and services, it results into lack of jobs being available for those who want to work. So, when you have this cyclical cyclical unemployment is about economic activity, downturns, highs and lows. So it is related to that issue of demand and supply. Okay? So when there is a downturn, let's say in economic activity, there might be a shortage of goods and services. Okay? Now, when there is a shortage of goods and services, it means the companies are not producing enough to feed into the system. Now, because they are not producing enough to feed into the system, they are not making a lot of profit. When they are not making a lot of profit, they will not continue to produce. And therefore, they will not employ people. So supposing muziko wina chuma cha inflation, whatever, you may be in a certain situation where people's income are not able to buy things. So what happens? Companies that are producing things, the market is not absorbing. So they are creating things in the warehouse. You are producing economy. So it means as a company, now you are creating things in your warehouse, you reach a stage where you stop producing. Okay? Yeah, you stop because otherwise things are just piling. You are producing and piling in the warehouse. At the market, they are not selling. So you will stop. Now, when you stop, it means you lay off people. Because you don't need them. You don't want to continue producing. Because it's still the bully of it. So it will create an employment. Now, even warehouse, what do? You start calling people, calling more people, you start employing more people. You start even creating double shifts. You start producing 24 hours because market is weird. So that's what we mean by cyclical unemployment. And usually in Imakara cycle. That's why it's called cyclical. Imakara cycle. My business they go through this process. I mean, my business, you will see sometimes are not good, sometimes are good. I mean, my bending, she didn't tag me. But then it came after okay, so cyclical unemployment is about that. Okay? So this one, unlike structure, is of medium. It's medium. Period yake the way structural unemployment is. Cyclical, the period bit shorter. Not as short as fictional, but not as long as structural. In terms of duration, usually these economic downturns, usually they can last about 12 months. Okay? About 12 months, you might be out of it. Whereas structural can take a couple of years. This one is related to economic growth. So, when economic growth goes up, this one goes down. And vice versa. And economic goes up. When economic growth goes up, you get less unemployment. More and more people are employed when you have economic growth. That's true. And vice versa. So it's referring to that, just as a summary. Well, it will affect maybe employers. Okay? Because the hiring cost will start going up. Because this is nothing to do with conditions in the market. It's just that people are dying. From what actually? What are they dying from? What are they dying from? Maybe old age, cancer, stuff like that. Old age, retirement. No. That will only affect employers. So that would be an aspect that you would describe if you are trying to explain the impact of unemployment on employers. Because unemployment can also impact on employers. Yeah, that's true. And that's to do with hiring costs. And when you have a lot of people dying, maybe in one particular company, you would expect output to go down, right? Yeah. It might take some time before they can match the skills with people who are looking for jobs. So, yeah. Okay. So, how is cyclical? How can you compare it to structural? The way so far the main difference is that cyclical occurs when economic conditions are difficult. Okay? Whereas structural unemployment, as we said, can exist even in good times. Okay? Structural unemployment can exist even in good times. But cyclical cannot exist, unemployment cannot exist in good times. Anybody who is confused then, tell me. Good boy. No, I can't hear you.
I'm confused. Yes.
I was trying to compare the way we have understood cyclical and structural. You can see that both structural was about changing, right? In technology and things like that, which can make some of your skills redundant. Okay? That's how structural unemployment is. Cyclical is about economic downturns or economic booms. Okay? Now, both of them are talking about changes in the economy. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that structural can occur even when there is good times. Even when the economy is growing and vibrant. A lot of people are being employed. You will still find structural employment there because people's skills are different. And how many apples can operate machine, more of them will be employed. How many you'll be unemployed. So structural occurs even when the economy is doing well. Whereas cyclical cannot exist when the economy is doing well. Okay? There are also other types of unemployment, which are, for example, what we call seasonal. Seasonal unemployment. What are seasonal unemployment?
Seasonal unemployment.
Yes.
Like those ones that wait with maybe what?
Yeah, this is an employment focused on a particular time in the year. Which affects seasonal patterns. It matches with seasonal patterns. That's why it's called seasonal employment. So, for example, if you are somebody who is working at the Victoria Beach Hotel to guide swimmers or to watch over swimmers, you would expect that in May, June, July, you might actually be somebody who the hotel doesn't want. Otherwise, nobody wants to go into the water. So at that time, you might be really unwanted labor. Okay?
Yes, sir.
There is also what we call hidden. Yeah, hidden unemployment. So this is what is quite common here now. Hidden unemployment occurs when people are not counted as unemployed. When they are not counted in the formal labor statistics. So you can imagine that in Malawi there's a lot of hidden unemployment because a lot of people are not counted in the formal labor statistics. And these people are people who, for example, if they had a chance, they would want to have to work. Sometimes it happens that somebody was looking for work for a very long time and couldn't find a job, and they have given up. Yeah, some people give up. For 5 years. Sorry. Didn't we pay them? And then there is another one which is called underemployment. Underemployment. This is when people are employed. We are employed, but they would like to be available for more hours. People are employed, but they themselves would like to be available for more hours. So they are underemployed. Hakuna kile kitu 12 hours. Nimekuwa pata kitu ya 6 hours per day. And hakuna ujumba uninyirika. They would have loved to continue working. Maybe until after 10 hours. So there are those people who feel underemployed. So you can also have what is called underemployment. Or even those who work part-time are underemployed, so to speak. Now, tell me, if you don't understand something. Before I talk about other things. Unemployment can also be caused, even though I don't know where to put this. I don't know where to put this under what type of unemployment, but it's important for you to take a record of it. Okay? Where sometimes unemployment occurs because of registration. Because of government registration. So I don't know what type of unemployment this is, but anyway, it is unemployment which has been caused by government registration. So for example, government raises minimum wage. Government is raising minimum wage. So for example, if the minimum wage is too high, businesses are forced to pay a high salary per person. So, because of that, government has forced them to pay people higher salaries because government has issued a minimum wage policy or law. So what will they do? They will obey. Companies will obey. But because they want to be within the budget, what will they do? They will lay off some people. So that the remaining ones they can be paid at government minimum wage level. So now you have caused unemployment due to government action. Companies are being forced to lay off some people just to manage their wage bill. Just to manage their wage bill. Okay. So go to each one of your categories of unemployment and let's look a little bit deeper. Yeah. So for example, let's take fiscal frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment, what causes it? One of which is voluntary, right? Frictional. Voluntary. People are voluntarily living with office. So for example, you are voluntarily living and going to look to care for an old grandma or a sick parent. So you leave your job to care for the loved one. So there is a voluntary living workforce. Sometimes some people may have saved a lot of money. They may have saved some money, for example. So some people like that can actually leave a job which is boring, for example. They can quit a job which is boring because they have some savings. They have saved so much money that they wouldn't bother to quit the job which is boring, or maybe the boss is so nasty, or the boss is so boring. They would say, I can't stand it, and go home. That's frictional unemployment. So it can be voluntary in many ways. And the other one is when workers relocate. So you were in Norway, and for whatever reason you want to relocate to Branda. So you leave your job here and say, I am moving to Branda. And it might take you some time while you're in Branda to find a job.
Yeah, that's true.
So relocation can also cause frictional employment. Another one is when new workers enter the workforce. New workers, students, for example, you guys who are graduating, you may look for a job that might fit your new skills, and that might take some time. So that's a major cause of youth unemployment. New people with new skills. To match your skills with the job takes some time. My frictional unemployment is short. So you guys who just graduate and looking for a job, they also fall into that category. So most of the youth unemployment is because of that. The fourth cause is when job seekers enter the workforce. When you are entering the workforce, mind you, labor force, you were on the other side, not on the labor force. So you want to enter the labor force. You might be a person who went through a period where you stopped looking for work. Okay? Just like those who are looking for the elderly and blah blah blah. So, frictional unemployment is either or and voluntary and short term. What about structure? What more can we talk about structure? It is neither voluntary nor short term. Can you discuss causes of unemployment? You know you'll be able to read without debating. So what do? You get minimum 13 out of 25.
That's bad.
You get a minimum, bare minimum. But when you start debating, then I know one of you come and then I give you 18 or 20 out of 25. You may do what you are. Okay? Unless your English is good. That's joking. I'm just joking. Okay? So, structure is not voluntary. And it is not short term. It is long term unemployment. The other reason is that advances in technology. So computers replace people, for example. So you have to train, you have to be trained before you can find a new job. That's why it's long term. Another problem is what they call job outsourcing. Okay? For example, if you go to Central Hospital today, you find the people who are cleaning there are no longer hospital workers. They are not hospital workers. They used to be. They used to have their own cleaners. Now, those cleaners were fired. They are unemployed. Because now they do what is called job outsourcing. So they hire a company to do a cleaning at a contract sum amount of money. So this guy might win and say, I will charge you 20 million kwacha per month, materials yanga and they sign a contract. So this guy knows. Like I said, hospital, I think it can't be more. It can't be less than 20 million. It should be around more money to clean a place such as State Hospital. The building was there. I'm sure the contractor is in big millions per month. Okay. Okay, so outsourcing. Sometimes it's when a country, a country just wants to produce things elsewhere. With technology, what you will find these days, this laptop might say was made in Singapore, but you will find that the screen was made in Germany, the keyboard was made in Malaysia, the motherboard was made in China, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And in Singapore is where they assemble. So a lot of companies, what they do, for example, they might have been making all these things in Singapore, but they have found out that it's cheaper for them to do this in Germany or to do this in Malaysia. Certain components are better produced in certain locations. That can also cause unemployment, structural unemployment. So a Japanese company, for example, a Toyota manufacturing company in Japan, might decide to relocate to Malaga and produce the cars in Malaga. If it felt that employing engineers in Malaga is cheaper, so these are the things I wanted to add. So what about cyclical? What should we add for cyclical? Cyclical is basically about economic downturn. Yeah. Zero, zabuta. So the companies don't need to produce many things, so they downsize.
Can you also look at social unrest issues to maintain political and social unrest?
Yeah, which can interfere with economic conditions, maybe. Yeah, we can say that. But anyway, in very simple terms, cyclical is about fewer jobs than job seekers. It's about fewer jobs than people who want jobs. Or sometimes they call it demand deficient unemployment. Demand deficient unemployment. So cyclical unemployment sometimes is referred to as demand deficient unemployment. Meaning, demand deficient, meaning, there's very little demand for things that are being manufactured or made in the country. So when there's very little demand, the company they are not selling. So they don't need people. They don't need to continue producing. Okay? It means low consumer demand. Low consumer demand will create cyclical unemployment. What do you mean by low consumer demand? So they are not going to buy, they are not going to shop in Makaburaji. So this low consumer demand will cause or create cyclical unemployment. Because then in a company, they will stop making them and lay off people. Because this is a good one.
Can you also look at environmental factors?
Environmental factors?
Yeah. Like in terms of factors, seasons, like there's always a time and period.
Those are seasonal
Those are
unemployment.
the employment.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah.
Other than
Okay?
first, how many?
Now, it's very important. It's very important that whatever I have said, when I see my business, I'm now, especially these additional explanations have been given. How do you think you can sort out unemployment? Yes. Unemployment is therefore, it's not something nice to have in a country. Okay? It affects people. It affects people, it affects families, it affects everybody. It affects politicians. Okay? So, it affects the economy, it affects society, it affects employers, and so on and so on. How does it affect workers and families? Because you lose wages, right? And therefore purchasing power. So you cannot afford basic things in life. Even quality health care, you cannot. Even nutrition, education. You cannot contribute to the economy by either providing goods or services. It can also sometimes lead to erosion of skills. If you stay too long without practicing, you have been unemployed for a long time, you will lose some of the skills. Wherever we were. That's why, for example, a doctor who has joined politics for 5 or 10 years, akapita kuchipata ama mkani, ama mnikasa internship.
Why?
For example, for example of Mtanta. He had to go through 1 year of internship and relate to her. Woman was because you have stayed too long without practice. So those are some of the things. If I was asking you about the effects of unemployment on you and your family, you should be able to talk about all these things. What about employers? It costs employers time and money. My employers, they also suffer from unemployment. It costs them time and money. So when an employee needs a job, for example, whether voluntary or involuntary, the company incurs costs in finding or hiring a replacement and even training. So the employer also loses out. What about the economy as a whole? What about the economy as a whole? Unemployment basically will can easily plunge an economy in a state, meaning a situation where you have very little activity going on, low production in the economy. That's one big effect of unemployment to the economy. And when people are employed, they earn money, so they create a demand for goods and services. And that demand for goods and services creates economic activity. And it creates economic growth. So unemployment can actually work in the opposite way. Prevent growth of the economy. The spending power of the individual citizen gets reduced. They cannot purchase goods and services as they used to, and therefore companies cannot sell, and so on and so on, and it creates typical unemployment. That is a blow to the economy. What about society? Yeah, crime rate. When people are unemployed, they start stealing. Just to make ends meet. Ukaramba family bill because a lot of people are just loitering and start to get cheap. I didn't say that, but that's very rude. But maybe you are right. Okay. Society can also suffer.
Yes.
Also, illegal activities can start happening. Drugs, dealing, and things like that. Also, for you to, because you have a lot of time, idle time. How do you feel idle time? And what is more scary is that it can ignite anti-government protests or anti-government activities. And this can feed into political instability. Okay? The other one is, because people are unemployed, sometimes because they are desperate, they will allow to go into employment where the working conditions are bad. They will accept. And so they may actually perpetuate existence of poor working conditions in the society. Just because there are so many of them, they are fighting for a job. So, even those people who mistreat workers will get away with it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, the last one is what leads us to the next topic, or the next thing, which is how do governments deal with unemployment? Remember, we said unemployment can ignite political instability. Okay? People can start going on the streets, demanding government to do something about this problem. It could be because of the effects of it. For example, crime going up due to unemployment. How does the government come in? How does the government create a condition where they can eliminate unemployment? Okay? So, it is very important that you take the causes, especially that I narrated, especially the additional one. for you to get how the government will try to move in and create employment or reduce unemployment. Because it's by looking at the causes that the government can devise a way out. So you may find that for each of those types of unemployment, the government might come up with a different approach for each kind. The government cannot take the same measures to deal with structural unemployment as it would to deal with cyclical unemployment or frictional unemployment or underemployment or seasonal unemployment or hidden unemployment. I will not start that because Define